September 1943, Italy had surrendered to the Allies, but the war on Italian soil was far from over. For Adolf Hitler, the loss of his Axis partner was unacceptable. Within hours of Italy's armistice, German forces moved to seize control. What followed was the occupation of northern Italy and the creation of a brutal new front in the war. Even before the surrender was announced, Hitler had prepared Operation Axe. German divisions poured across the Alps and through the peninsula, swiftly disarming Italian troops. Hundreds of thousands of Italian soldiers were captured and deported to forced labor camps in Germany. Some resisted, but most were overwhelmed and abandoned by their commanders. By mid-September, German forces controlled Rome and much of northern and central Italy. In the chaos, King Victor Emmanuel III and Marshal Badoglio had fled south, leaving a power vacuum to fill it. Hitler staged a daring rescue of Benito Mussolini, who had been imprisoned after his overthrow. On September 12, 1943, German commandos led by Otto Skorzeny freed Mussolini in the Gran Sasso raid. Days later, Mussolini was installed as the head of the puppet Italian Social Republic, based in Salo on Lake Garda. The occupation unleashed repression. Jews were rounded up and deported to Auschwitz. Civilians were executed in reprisals, and partisan resistance grew in the mountains. For Italy, the surrender had split the country in two. The south, under Allied control, slowly advanced northward. The north, under German occupation, endured 2 years of bitter war, collaboration, and resistance. Civilians were caught between Nazi terror and the growing Italian partisan movement, which fought relentlessly against the occupiers. The German occupation of northern Italy was more than a military move. It was a fight to keep Italy under Hitler's grasp. Even as the tide of war turned against him, it prolonged the conflict, brought suffering to millions, and turned Italy into a battlefield where liberation would only come in 1945.